Welcome back to Cozy One Podcast. My name is Shan. I am the mom of the girls. I am the creator, host, editor, thinker, everything to this podcast. And you see the title. I'm focusing on dads this whole season. And this is episode 3. Happy Monday. You made it. Give time to accept the loss. And I want to talk about that because when it comes to time being missed for you as a father and your kids, both of you or all of you are experiencing a loss that you cannot undo. Okay, it's done, the time is taken, and all you can do now is be an understanding and be open to hearing the vents, the cries, the anger. And to be fair, both of you may have anger on both sides, depending on why you as a father haven't been involved or in your child's life, okay? I know that you're at a point where you miss your kids, and I know your kids are at a point where they miss you.
What's the easiest choice you can make? Window instead of middle seat? Picking a vendor who sends a great gift basket? Outsourcing business tasks you hate? What about selling with Shopify? Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders stage. Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/try. Go to shopify.com/try now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/try.
But depending on what the court says, or depending on what that child's other parent, the mom says, or their grandparents, you have to move in a smart manner, a respectable manner, and you have to have patience through the process of mending, healing, or creating that bond, okay? You cannot force healthy relationships to happen just because you're ready. And bonds that are real, that are honest, that are true, happen when you take your time. So let's talk. This is Cozy One Podcast. Giving your child time to accept the loss or the absence of you as a father not being there is very important, because people do not just grieve physical deaths. Some grief in life is mentally and emotionally, and some kids didn't even know their father was living and then they pop up. Some kids mentally dismiss the opportunity of having a relationship with their fathers and then they pop up, and that can disturb maybe a relationship that your child made with their coach as their father figure or their grandfather as their father figure. And when you see that, sometimes it can really make it confusing on how they can be respected, and it's not fair. So if you've been gone for a while, a child may build a wall and resist the invitation to get to know you. They might push back out of fear of trying to get to know someone that they don't really know. And what if they leave me again? And what if I get close and then they just disappear? Or what if they don't like me? I don't know anything about them. How can I trust somebody I don't know? So all of those things are going through the mind of your child. For you as a father, once you figured out where your child lives, you know where to go find them. Once you figure out where your child goes to school, you know where to find them. Once you figure out, that your child likes this, is this age, you know what time frame you have. On the reverse end, some children feel like they don't have a definite or for sure thing with their fathers that they're trying to get to know, and just even trying to take in the fact that my father's around now. What do I do with that? Do I have the option of calling them every day? Do I have the option of seeing them every day? What if they already have kids elsewhere and they're a better dad to them than they are to me? What have I missed? What about them is like me? Do they look like me? Do they think like me? Am I a failure like them? Is what, my mom told me about my dad true? Is what my grandparents told me about my dad true? Well, I was told this was who my dad was, but when I met him, that's not what I saw. All of these things are going through your children's mind, and it's not because they will never let you in that they might push back. They need to learn how to let you in. They need to learn how to trust you. They need to learn how to build faith with you as their father. It's not something that happens overnight. If you kind of think of it like, let's say someone that went through a bad breakup in a romantic relationship, and it was a problem of trust. It was a problem of faith that it will work, that the words that they said meant something, and then it's broken, right? That person is probably going to drag their feet and not want to pursue a relationship with someone new really fast. Same thing when a father has been missing in a child's life. And sometimes it's a complete opposite, where that child wants to be in all your spaces once they meet you. They want to call you all the time. They want to text you all the time. And even as a father, that might be overwhelming, because some fathers don't even know how to talk to their kids. They don't know what to talk to their kids about. They don't understand this is appropriate and this is not appropriate. They don't understand not to bring your child, you and the other parents' arguments, issues, adult discussions. A lot of parents are unfortunately going tit for tat about each other to try to be that child's favorite. And it's just a lot that comes into a dad being missing or not being around and then coming into their children's lives. So take your time, be understanding, and be open to the fact that how you think this was going to go is not going that way. So how do you work with what's happening now? How do you work with what the response is now? What the result is of you showing up? Okay? And don't think, I'm just going to pop up at their school with balloons and they're just going to take me in open arms. Don't get yourself locked up. Okay? Because if you are not legally on paperwork as that child's parent, you can't just go up to a school and be like, I'm checking out my child. That's biologically my child. No, that's not how this works. Okay? So it's very important for you to talk to someone about what your rights are and what you can and can't do and what steps should you take to be.
What's the easiest choice you can make? Window instead of middle seat? Picking a vendor who sends a great gift basket? Outsourcing business tasks you hate? What about selling with Shopify? Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders stage. Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/try. Go to shopify.com/try now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/try.
Able to do those things, because you should be able to do those things, but it doesn't mean you will be able to do those things right now. And I just want you to understand that nothing is overnight. You can offer to meet that child in a public place with the other child's parent or grandparent. You can offer that child maybe to have lunch in a public place. Next, maybe dinner. The next thing you can possibly do with your child to build that relationship is something interactive, maybe like a Dave and Buster's or a Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know how old your child is. Or maybe arcade. Andretti is like an outdoor event space. Maybe just walking in the park, talking. Be in their space. I think a lot of children are comfortable when they're in their space that they are comfortable with, and then you come visit, right? And ask questions, because I know your child has questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't leave your child's presence holding stuff and not asking it. Hey, I hope you're enjoying the show. I just wanted to drop a fatherly tip. If you are a father out here trying to create, mend, or heal the relationship that was broken between you and your children or your child, please seek out another dad that you admire on how he has relationships with his children and how those bonds work, on what's your next steps, because just showing up and popping up and demanding a conversation is not it. Please seek out resources in your state, if you live in the United States, on how to start that process. Where do you go? Do you need to go to the court first? Do you need to file for visitation first? Do you need to file in the state that your child is living in? All of that. Every state is different. The rules are different. And it is a process. It does take time. Nothing great is going to happen overnight. If you need to find some type of therapy, seek out therapy. I did go over in the last episode where you can get 8 free therapy sessions. If it's, where you have something set in place and you're getting pushback from the mom or the grandparents or your child's other side of the family, seek out a lawyer on what your options are to pursue that. Because unfortunately, I don't feel like the law is on the side of fathers like it should be. And listen, that's a whole nother issue. But do your best and be honest about it. Be honest about where you dropped the ball. Be ready to pick up the ball, and do not pick up the ball and start a relationship and start mending if you're not fully ready to be consistent. Because the last thing you need is to start getting better and then move 10 steps back from where you did the work from. Let's get back to the episode. Thank you for listening and supporting the Cozy Womb podcast. If you're interested in merch, you can check out the Cozy Womb shop with Teespring. There's merch on there for dads, moms, kids, and whoever wants to support the Cozy Womb podcast. Also for moms, there's Mama's Cozy Closet with Teespring also, which is just like mom gear. And if you're a podcaster or a content creator and you're interested in a guide, you can check out lulu.com. 2 of my books is on there: The Podcast Journal and Marketing the Podcast. Thank you for listening.
Here we go.
Back to the show.
Because
you got to be honest about the time you miss. Sometimes spending a day with your kid is cool. It could be just being at the house or being, at the apartment, or, visiting another family member that's around so they don't feel like I'm here with a complete stranger. The comfort level has to be there. Then you can move on to like spending a weekend. Then you need to take breaks in between these times for your child to digest what you told them, what they felt. for you to digest what you heard, how you're feeling. And if you need to talk to somebody, talk to somebody. Okay? If you need to text your kid, text your kid. If you need to call and something is better explained by calling, or something is better explained face to face so you can explain yourself properly, do that. But don't text something that needs to be discussed face to face in text, and then they're left wondering, what does this mean? What did he mean by this? What was the tone of this? And check in with your children. Remember that your child did not ask to be here. You helped to create your child. So it's not, oh, they have my number too. Yeah, but sometimes when you're trying to build a bond that has been broken, you have to be the initiator most of the time. Once you get to a steady place where there's no friction and there's no question marks, then you can say, hey, I call you all the time. You never call me. You're having this and this issue. I didn't know because you don't say anything. Then you can start to hold your child accountable, especially if they're like teenagers or in their 20s, because we do know at that age that we can call you, but sometimes children do have ego. Children do have pride. Just like some fathers have ego and pride, don't let that get in the way of you building your relationship with your kid. And please remember, time will do three things. Time will either heal you, time will either kill you, or time will dismiss the living. You want to make sure time heals. And when you're trying to build a relationship, you want to make sure that you're doing everything in a healthy way to build that relationship, to build a bridge where you can talk to me, I can talk to you, you can see me, I can see you, and you're putting in that effort. Don't just say, I'm putting in the effort, I called, I sent this money. Sending money is not love. It's not affection. It's not doing your best. Sometimes sending money is just the responsibility, right? And for me, even as a mom, me providing a household for my children to feel safe in and dry and clean in, that's my responsibility. Me with providing them clothes and making sure they go to doctor's appointments, that's my responsibility. It's a part of love, but it's not optional for me as a mother to not do those things. And sometimes parents feel like, oh, that's an option for me, their other parent can do that, and that's not fair. I have a child where her father has never taken her to a doctor's appointment, don't know who her doctor is, does not know her allergies, does not know, if she ate since last year, does not know if she has needs since last year, and is perfectly healthy and perfectly fine every day waking up and not knowing that. And then I have another child who has a father that takes her every week, calls her, checks in, sometimes takes her and her sister who's not his, and they hang out and they do things. And if she has a doctor's appointment, sometimes he'll take her, sometimes I'll take her. So every father is not created equal. Every father does not want to be a father and do what they know is right. But if you are a father that wants to do what's right, it'll come around. It'll come around. Whether they're young, teenage, in their 20s or in their 30s, they'll come around. You just gotta stay consistent. Okay? You gotta be open and you gotta be understanding. My name is Shan. This is Cozy Womb Podcast. Again, if you're looking for some help, check out focusonthefamily.com, verywellfamily.com, and talk to a father that you admire. Okay, someone possibly that been through what you're going through right now, and don't give up and don't start and stop. Next episode will be coming up Friday.
I love you.
Bye.
Bye.